So, I'm back down at the boat, and today's plan, I've got this weekend's plan, I have two jobs I want to do. I want the engine to be running by the time I leave, and I want the stanchions marked up. So with the stanchions, I need to check how long the wires are going to be, start swaging on my ends, and then mark out where I want to put the loops. Once I have the loops marked out, I will take those away and I'll do some work on those during the week. With the engine, I need to get an alternator and starter motor fitted. I need to plumb some coolant, get the engine running. Once I'm happy the engine is running okay, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to remove it so that I can clean out the engine bay, put some sand deadening in the engine bay, and run my wiring and stuff like that in the engine bay. It'll just be easier when the engine's out, and I need to paint the sub anyway. So that's the plan. Hopefully it goes to plan. It's already midday, and I've just started. I was running around trying to get stuff this morning. So anyway, we'll get started and we'll see what happens. A few people have asked me as well about the two questions. One is what's my background, and two, what's happening with the other boat. So first, my background is I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer. I've been studying and practicing engineering for like 8 years. It's not to say I'm a good engineer, it's just to say I've been doing it. The other boat is on hold. This kind of popped up. I wasn't really looking, but I was, but I wasn't. And this boat came up, and it was very reasonably priced, and I could not say no. So I bought it, and the other boat is up for sale, kind of. I don't really want to sell it, but I should. I'm not going to make any money. I'm going to lose money on it, but sometimes you get an opportunity like this, you can't say no. So I didn't say no. So yeah, that's the two real questions I've been getting recently. If you have any other questions, which you probably don't, just. I also feel like I should mention that my camera doesn't have a flip screen, so I'm looking at my lens, and that's how I'm aiming this camera when I'm talking. So if you can only see my chin, I'm really sorry. These guys are my new alternator and my new starter motor. So I'm trying to fit the starter motor and fit the alternator, run the engine, and then we should be in a position. These guys? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's to bypass this guy, is it? Yes. Okay, so you'll just be touching off those? Unless, what do you think? Unless I put the crocodile clip straight on the battery part of that, and then touch the clip onto the battery. I could try that. If you think that that's safe, yeah. Oh, so I don't know if it's safe. It's at 0 at the moment. It's alright, there's a. So is it just that you're adding a direct positive to the solenoid? I don't think that's going to work. Well, what I'm doing is the plunger on top. Okay, that's just a solenoid switch here. So when you energize that, it closes the contact between the two bolts on the back. Okay, so they become more wires. Yeah, and feeds current directly to the starter.
which theoretically earths through this and back to the battery.
Okay.
And all I'm doing, the welding cable is much cheaper than the battery cable, by the way.
Welding cable.
Yeah. Same stuff, is it? It's more or less the same stuff. In a year's time, humans won't look like humans. We'll all have these lovely mechanical prosthetic limbs that we can.
You'll have ratchet spanners for fingers.
This could just be a quick bzzz.
So we should go now, really, shouldn't we?
I've wired it the right way around.
This is kind of smoky. Yeah, not bad for. Hasn't been running for 2 years, is it? Well, maybe. I'm going to hold this on because it's shooting everywhere. That's so nice.
Yeah.
My van doesn't even start that easily.
Well, I mean, she started really immediately when she was cranking, and she hasn't been started for, I don't know, 3 years maybe.
So yeah, great weekend of it. We got the engine running. It actually ran like literally, like you saw, that was the first start. It ran really well. We ran it for maybe 5 minutes because we don't have a salt water running through it to cool the coolant. But it ran really well. The new starter motor is on. I just need to get some parts to fit the alternator, and then yeah, it ran really well. And there's also as a way of plumbing in, I got a calorifier which heats the water, so I can have hot water, which I'm really excited about, because having hot water is nice. It's a very simple thing to plumb in as well, so it'd be kind of silly not to. I also, I did the guard lines as well, and the top guard lines are done. The weather wasn't on my side, so we couldn't really, I wanted to finish those, but there's a lot more work in them than I thought. So I got one set done, so that was, I'll show you those actually. We'll go up and have a look at that.
So you can see here now, I've used a stainless steel turnbuckle on either side as a tensioner, and then my wire is running back the way to the gate up there. So we'll go up and have a look at the gate. So here's the gate, that's the gate there, and that's where I terminated the top guard wire. So that's the top guard wire. It's kind of just terminated with a normal rigging fitting. Because I use 6mm wire, I had to use fairly heavy toggles, and it actually worked out really well because they kind of suit the size of the boat, you know. So I'm really happy with that. It's very cool.
So that's it from me now this weekend. We got the engine running and I did a bit of work on my guard lines. So those are two jobs that I really had come down to do. So now that they're done, or now that they're mostly done, I can kind of go back to Cork and start planning my next plan of attack. Next weekend we're hoping to drop the mast. So once the mast is down, I can fix the rigging because there's some items on the rigging that I need to replace. I also need to, I think I need to change the wiring in the mast, and I need to resplice the halyards and the wire on the halyards. So those two jobs, or those few jobs, really need to be done next kind of weekend, I think. So as always, thanks for watching. It means the world that people are watching all over the place. And feel free to leave a comment because I try and reply to all comments. And if you've got any questions at all, let me know. So yeah, like and subscribe because it helps my channel grow, and yeah, see you next weekend.